Hi, Debbie from Debbie's Crafty Hands here. Welcome back to this next episode. We're going to continue on with our buttons today, and I'm going to attempt to show you how to make a snowman card. Now, I know Christmas has been and gone, but it's never too early to start preparing for next year. So I've made a couple more of the little buttons that we did. They just need a second coat of the nail polish and then let that dry while I prepare the base for the card. So just pop another layer on them. I prepared a little in advance so that it wouldn't be too much for you to literally watch nail paint dry. Now for our snowman we need card base. Smooth them out the way a minute to dry. And I'm going to make a two-circled or two-snowballed snowman today. So I've prepared a couple of circles ready to pop on the card. Using a lid off of a Tupperware pot. That takes you back, doesn't it, guys? And a circle from a jam jar, from the top of the jam jar. So, you know, find your different shapes. I'm looking for things that were about the right diameter for me. So for those that are new, turn the paper, not scissors, let the scissors cut down rather than snipping at them. Get a much smoother circle line. Now the bigger snowball's going to be, bone fold that down a bit more, it's with a bit more. So that's our bottom of the snowman. Let's cut the next circle out. So what you've been up to today, guys? I just finished my 4th night in a row, which is really good, but slept most of the morning, so still feels like morning to me, although it's late mid-afternoon. No, late afternoon, sorry. Give myself a time check. We are planning our live, so what I'm going to do, we can either tuck the top circle over the top or underneath, but we want to have it slot in top of the other one and not go over. So what you want to do is draw the curve of the one below it, and then you can cut that a little bit out, and then it should sit nicely on our bottom section, bottom snowball. Help if I was in frame, wouldn't it? You'd be able to see what I'm doing. Let's try again. Temptation to pull it towards your bodies rather than go out over. So that now slots in quite nicely. Now I have got him cheated a little bit. I've got him a foam hat just to sit on a jaunty angle at the top. We just start piecing him together. I have got some little googly eyes. You can get these in most craft shops and they are so much fun to play with. A bit static, but seem to have more than I need. Don't really want a four-eyed snowman, thank you very much. Don't let go of me. Come on, off you go. Okay, right. Need to see whether these eyes look big enough or not. Don't have lumps of coal to put on them, and I don't have a carrot for the nose, but I do have some orange felt. I'm gonna try and do a little carrot shape out the felt. Now, when you're doing a shape and you want to try and get it even, so I cut along this side. If you want to sort of match the shape and it's awkward to sort of cut at a weird angle around this side, possible, turn it over and then you can cut on your more natural side. So we have a carrotish shape. Those scraps to one side, I may well be able to make use of them at some point. Now, might be a little long. Move it off, put the eyes a little higher.
You can show off some carrot facts while you're doing that?
Carrot facts? Oh, the only one I know about carrots is if you eat lots you can see in the dark.
That's exactly what I was going to talk about, and why that's used a fib.
Well, I don't know how true it is.
It's a fib told by, well,
it's to make the children eat their vegetables. Hope there's no children. Cover your ears, any children that's watching.
So part of it was during the Second World War, I believe.
Right, I think I want bigger eyes.
I think it's the Second World War. Then obviously with all the shortages and whatever, they couldn't really make, couldn't really import sugar and that kind of thing. Also, we don't grow sugar here.
We do now, but we never used to.
At that time, certainly we didn't really grow sugar cane or whatever other substitute locally. So carrots are fairly high, for a vegetable at least, fairly high in natural sugars. So they were seen as sort of the best healthy alternative. And obviously one of the ways they got to beat them were to say that, yeah, they're really, really help your eyesight, and they're really good for that kind of thing. Which may or may not be true. How much actually benefit they do with your eyes. I mean, they're certainly healthy, and they certainly won't be bad for you if they actually give you that night vision. I'm not sure, but certainly needed the people saying it at the time, because sort of vitamins and stuff. Just
interrupt you a second. Yes, I just want to trim that nose down a little bit because it's a little bit Roman, shall we say?
Yeah.
Right, so we're getting a face taking shape now. So we need some arms. Oh, excuse my reach. Gotcha. Now, I haven't got twigs, but I have got pipe cleaner. You can get these most craft shops in all sorts of different colours. The only ones I've got at the moment are green, so he's going to have green arms. Now we want the arms coming up from the body, so as if they're sticking out. And one way of doing that is coming up from the back of your circle. So we need to sort of get a little bit of measurement between here and here as to how far apart the arms need to be. Whether we want them sticking out the sides, sort of up like this. Pop that underneath and see what that looks like. Actually, I think that looks quite funky. And then, oh, his nose has gone sideways. Goodness me. Keep your nose straight. Thank you. Going to have a visitor possibly in a minute. One of the... So we can have his arms sticking up like that. So what we would do is get them in the place we want them, make sure they're reasonably even. Don't want him odd arms, and then hold it in place, turn it, and then we could tape the pipe cleaner to the back of the base, and then it will hold it in place so that we can then maneuver the arms to whatever position we want them in. So, is there some tape over there? No, I might use the I'll use the washi tape. It's fine. It's really just to hold it in place for the moment. So, oh, we're coming to that. You want to have a scarf? Got to give him arms first. Now, snowman don't tend to have legs. Well, I suppose the one in the snowman did, but yeah, sort of. Yeah, it's a sort of just yeah, more like a penguin, shall we say? So you can have his arms coming down like this or up like that, so it's tactile. Okay, so he's getting there. What else do we need for our snowman? Ah, yes. Traditionally, he has buttons down the front, doesn't he? Which is what we're doing the buttons for. So, our nail polish is now dry. I've done some on the back. I've worn a little bit round the edges. Or do we want... Right, so do we want him having a scarf to match his hat? Or do we want a very posh snowman that has a dicky bow? Oh, I think a dicky bow would look quite cute. So we have a very jaunty snowman. A very with it guy. Right, so that bit's together, that bit, we'll have to get that glued on. So for the buttons, which is the main theme of the episode. So we did one previously. This is the one. I have some friends for it. One and two. One, two, and three. So to match the holes up, that we've got the same holes, we need to line them up so they're all even, and use your needle, your safety pin, your whatever you use to make holes. Make sure they're nicely lined up. And mark one through the holes that you've already made. You can see where you probably won't be able to pick that up on the camera, but I can see where I've made my hole. Oh, stuck together. Oh, I don't want one giant button, I want 3 separate ones. And that one, push that through. Excuse me. Yes, excuse me. I'm just being moved to one side by a furry beast.
See his foot by the scissors.
Oh, he's come to say hello. Is he? Do you want to be star of the show?
This is a different cat from last time. This is Kizzy.
He's
Last
a
time
curious
we came
kizzy.
Yes.
Go and see Peter. Oh, you got camera shy? Come on then. We have a tail in the mix now.
Right, Mister. No, Mister. Oh dear.
Thank you. Extraction complete. Right, so we're building our snowman. Now, I've marked the holes with my safety pin, but I have actually found my awl now, or pokey tool as it's commonly known in the crafting world, and these are so handy for everything, really.
Basically a very small barrel.
Yeah. You can use a bradawl. You can use whatever you can get your hands on, but you need something that's going to be substantial, that will take a little bit of pressure. It's not going to snap as soon as you look at it. Right. One button. 2 buttons. The holes go. Now you can put your thread on your buttons a couple of ways. Bear with me, let's do this last hole and I will show you. So in the previous episode we did several holes and did a little crisscross pattern on the oval button. On the bigger button, off camera, I've covered it and I've just literally put some thread through and tied it in a knot. So your preference of how you'd like to do it. For the snowman, Mr. Snowman, I'm going to use some orange thread, match his nose, and literally come up from the back pull through and go back down. The struggle is real, folks. The struggle is real. Come on through. Oh, that belongs to that end. That's why it's pulled over. So we have a nice. Now I'm pulling it through. So I've got a tiny bit at the end. Then I can just glue that down rather than tie it, because otherwise you'll have your big lumpy bumpies. that's that. So, or even tape it down. It's going to be glued down anyway with the. So I'm going to snip that off there. I use only a very tiny bit of thread. But it actually helps it stand out from the page a little bit without a bit like having a foam square, I suppose. That's a bit long. So, a bit more. So where's my trusty little tape? This tape's very handy as well. Is it that big? This is just really to hold it in place. A good old burnish down. If you've got a bit coming out the edges, then just trim it round. Okay, so that's number one done. Yeah, if you come in from the back on these ones, and then go back down, easier. This particular one, I came in from, yes, it came in from the back both sides and then tied it. So came in from one side, left my thread, and then came in from the other side, so I could tie it. Talk amongst yourselves while I finish these buttons. Enjoy the soothing music.
I can continue my carrot story.
You can. Right, so we were World War II, and there was carrots on the market.
Yes. So carrots were a good source of sugar, and obviously fat as well. And they were sort of half, well, only a white lie that they were obviously very prominent today. The thing that made this even more prominent, back to that, I can't remember what type of planes they were, but I think they were reconnaissance planes. Or the one pilot in particular who got really, really good, very famous, and went on record saying that he was able to get these pictures because he ate his carrots, or at least that's what was published. Obviously, the real story was that the Brits had, for the first time, managed to put radar systems in the planes themselves instead of ground-based. Obviously, they wanted to try and keep that hush-hush while still, being able to publicly use this information. They came up with false information idea of sort of using the already prominent idea that carrots give good eyesight and sort of help promote that bit. Although
I certainly didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, I did hear someone say the other day that, well, what he should have said was that he eats a lot of slightly undercooked chicken because all the Germans would have started trying to eat undercooked chicken. Quite funny. That's the story about that.
Full of fun facts. Or maybe we should have a fun fact file.
That's maybe. Got one on why tanks are called tanks as well, for sort of era.
The caterpillar bit on it it's called the caterpillar because of the way it trundles like a caterpillar.
Well, so initially when tanks were first made, obviously they were under wraps, whatever, by the Allies. They were by the Brits were the first ones to invent them. I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong on that,
Yeah. Anyone got any comments regarding what we're discussing, or any information?
Whatever,
it would be
flooding in.
Be nice.
I don't claim to know all this verbatim, but these are certainly facts I have. How true they are is another matter, but certainly how I pick them up. So from my understanding, the idea was they were given code names, right? So they were tanks, then water tanks, then giant barrels of water that would barrels of water that would take us to the front lines. That was the original sort of idea behind them. I believe this was first before, but yes. Yes, it is first. But either way, yeah. So that's what the code name was. They were, water tanks. Obviously, they got shortened to tanks. I believe they did have like an official name. Don't remember what it was. Obviously, they really ended up catching on because everyone liked the idea of a tank better. Yeah, that's that.
Right, so Mr. Snowman, let's stick you together. You have to have your arms up for a minute while I line you up.
Put your hands up.
Hands up in the air. You're under a vest. Oh no, you're not.
Yeah. Decent exposure.
Okay, so what glue am I going to use? That's a good question, isn't it? I'd be lucky if I could find any at the moment. Where's that little one gone? Aha! It's hiding down here. Got him. Thank you. Right, so I'm going to start with getting the base glued on. Now, arms out. Arms out. We can get you repositioned in a minute. And for this, actually, I've changed my mind with this glue because this one's a bit lightweight for this particular base. I think I will need to use my Beacons 3-in-1, wherever that's disappeared to. Okay, we'll use the bigger pot of the cloud then. Because the small nozzle will take forever. Basically, that's why it will take forever to put the glue on the base. So I'm just putting a nice amount on, and then I'm going to spread it around with my glue spreader, which is that green. There's in front of the screen, there should be a little a glue spreader, a little like plastic spatula thing. That'll do. A lolly stick. There you go. Very handy things, lolly sticks, and I'll be coming on to them at some point. So if you have any, save them because we can work with them.
This one.
I was looking at. That's what I was after. And he handed me a lolly stick. But the lolly stick.
And it was not in there.
We've been reorganising. Give him his due. We have been reorganising, and it wasn't exactly where I thought it was. So. Never is. No, it's very true. Okay, so Mr. Snowman, let's get your body straight, your arms straight, so that we can get you level. Straighten the card up on the line. Bottom of the page. And push. Now this will need to be held for a little while, so I'll use my hole punch to hold you down while we put your head on. So again, a goodly amount, but don't soak it. If you don't go right to the edges, because this is such a tactile card, if his head sort of comes off the page a little bit, it's not the end of the world, because it's not going to fall off the page. Right, so I've just lined up that curve here too. There we go. I'm not going to move his arms yet because I want to make sure it's thoroughly dry before we start trying to manoeuvre the arms. Bit of good burnish. Right, while we're waiting for that to dry, we can pop his hat on because that's got one separately. Now I'm going to use my smaller bottle with the fine tip. Now, what jaunty angle do we want you on? Out there, don't we? Yeah. Looks like he borrowed it from his baby brother, but only hat. I was going to put a bowler hat on him, but I didn't have room on the page, so. Planning it out. So, sticky bow on. That's straight to the. Straight to the. Okay. Stick. Why are you not sticking? Goodness, too much on that. Right, what could we stick with? Draw some for the eyes. Now, be careful where we place the eyes because we don't want a cross-eyed snowman. Might be a little.
So I hate the snowman.
Oh goodness. Have a little wiggle room on it, so it'll be alright. Borrow some from here. See? Probably thinks we've got food
He's got
here.
his paws now.
Oh, bless him.
Good deal for him.
Okay. And the nose.
Right behind.
Beady eyes, yes. Beady eyes watching you. Oh, yes, I've forgotten about them now. I can. Yay! I don't. Do we see? Oh, that one has got a mouth as well. We can draw it in. Draw it in. Yeah. Right. Stick your buttons on. Big blob of glue. All lined up. Next one. And the next one. Pushing them down firmly till it dries. Got my glue put up. Okay. Oops. So coming up in a couple of episodes, we have our next episode, or
so this is where it gets a bit weird. So we're obviously filming this a few days before, about 2 days before it goes out. However, once we finish this, we're going to be setting up to go live for episode 10. Forgetting the fact that we've also recorded episode 11 and 12 already. This is episode 9 we're doing now. So you're going to see episode 10 if you get to the live stream before you see episode 9, so they will go out in the
so what
channel.
What date would that be?
That'll be on the 30th. That would go live.
The live one.
The VOD for the live stream will go public on the edited version. I might keep the roller up. Not sure yet.
Depends what happens.
Depends what happens. Depends what. Yeah, depends if how well it goes, how well the house out. The internet's okay in the house. It's part of this. I'm not quite sure why, but that's besides the point.
So voila, we have a snowman. Merry Christmas. Much love, and bye-bye for now.